Friends, we continue our classes in Tamil. We have been discussing nouns in combination with the suffixes. We have seen how a conjunction takes place. All these things were dealt with the nouns, and we have seen the plural number also. So now we shall take up the verb. You know what a verb means? A verb denotes time and action. By time we mean the tense, and the action is, as you know, the work done or executed at that time. In tense we have three, namely present, past and future. So the tense indicates the time when this particular action took place, or the tense gives you the indication of the time when that person acted in a particular manner. That is to say, you have the subject and the subject acts and the verb gives the tense or the time of the action undertaken. So you must have a subject, you must have a verb which will denote the action and the tense or time. I shall make use of a few examples in English so that when we proceed to the Tamil structure, it will be easy for you to follow. You have a present tense, a past tense and a future tense. This is common to all the languages. We shall take up English. Any infinitive, you know infinitive, it must have two before the verb. This is called an infinitive, and when there is a command, it will be in the infinitive mood. Any verb you know is a command. Any verb without these two is a command in any language. So this command has to have a subject and also a tense. As it is, a command is in the present tense. When I say do, automatically the subject is you. You do. And in English, what happens? For all the three persons, it remains the same. Except the singular of the third person. So there it takes yes or es. The third person singular takes yes or es in the present tense along with the verb. This is a change we find in English. Now, I raise a question. If I say does, can you guess what the subject is? It can be he, she or it. So also when I say do, can you guess the subject? It can be the first person I or first person plural we or first person singular you or the second person singular you or second person plural you and also third person plural they. So, the verb here does not indicate or give you any information about the subject. Now, we go to the Indian languages. In Indian languages, a verb must have a tense and denote the action plus indicate who the subject is. For this, two suffixes are added to the verb. That is to say, the verb is there and then you have a tense marker or a symbol this is to indicate the time of action. A verb denotes action, tense denotes time, plus there will be another suffix which denotes the subject, the details of the subject. So, we can call it a person marker or a personal suffix. A finite verb in Tamil must have a verb, the tense marker and the personal suffix. Only then it can be a complete verb, a finite verb. So, we shall take up these two things now. Infinitive is always a command. I have given you three words and all the three are verbs. What is this? Che, ya consonant, shei, ye, ru, du, yerudu, wo, do. Shei is to do, yerudu is to write, and wodu is to run. You know that. When I say shei, yerudu or wodu, automatically they happen to be commands and naturally subjects will be second person singular or plural. Second person singular is ni. You remember? Second person singular is ni. Ni shei. Ni yerudu. Ni vodu. This means you do, you write and you run. Now the question arises whether this is a command or an action executed, performed. When I say nee எழுது, that means you write. Am I right? நீ எழுது, நீ you, எழுது write. நீ எழுது, you write. Now I raise a question. When I say you write, do I give an order or do I make a statement? When I say you write, this can be a command as well a statement, that is to mean you are writing. Presently you are writing. So you is the subject, write is the verb, and with this you find write is in the present tense. Now when I say நீ எழுது in Tamil, that remains only a command. It's not a statement. So a statement must have in Tamil two more suffixes. One suffix is tense marker, I call it TM, and the third one is personal marker or PM. Now when we add these two, that becomes a statement. நீ எழுது is a command, நீ எழுதுகிறாய் is a statement. Now we have to find out what the tense marker is and what are the personal markers or personal suffixes. Let us start with the personal suffixes. Non first person singular. Non first person singular. நாம் and நாங்கள் first person plural. நீ second person singular. நீங்கள் second person plural. அவன் third person singular masculine gender. அவள் third person singular feminine gender. அது third person singular neutral gender. அவர்கள் third person plural for both masculine and feminine genders. For adu it will be avai. Let us be clear about this. Non first person singular, நாம் and நாங்கள் first person plural. நீ second person singular, நீங்கள் second person plural. அவன் third person singular masculine. அவள் third person singular feminine. அது third person singular neutral gender. அவர்கள் third person plural for human beings. அவன் and அவள். அவை plural third person for adu, the neuter gender. It must be clear that these forms are essential to decide the personal markers. The personal markers are suffixes added to a finite verb and they are a must. So, unless you are very thorough with these things, the personal markers will be a bit difficult to follow. For noun, it will be a noun first person singular. For that, the personal suffix for the verb will be a. For nam and nangal, it will be om. For non, it is yen. That is the personal marker or personal suffix. For nom and nangal, it is om. For ni, it is I. Second person singular ni becomes I as a personal marker. For ningal, it will be ஈர்கள். For avan, it will be on. For aval, it will be all. For adu, it remains the same, adu. For avargal, it is argal. For avai, it will be ana. We will discuss them later. For non, it is yen. For nom and nangal, it is om. For ni, it is oi. For ningal, it is irgal. For avan, it is on. Do you remember this avar is a common thing for both avan and aval? So, naturally, it becomes avar, ka, il, avargal. For that, the personal marker will be argal. For adu, it is adu. For avai, it is ana. Now, we shall take up how these are being used. Unless you have a good exercise about these things, it will not be clear. Say, to do. I want to make it a finite verb. As it is a finite verb in the sense that it is a command. If I leave it as it is, the subject will be me, as we saw earlier. Now, I would like to have a statement out of this with the first person singular as the subject. Noun is first person singular and the statement should be, the verb must be complete with the tense marker and the personal marker. What is the personal marker? In. Just now we saw it. For first person singular noun, the personal marker in the verb will be in. Now I introduce the tense marker. Kiru. Verb is Shai, tense marker is Kiru, and personal marker for first person singular is Yen. Now I have to combine them. There is a natural combination. Here it takes a little bit change. This remains the same. Ru and Ye become Re. Shai is a command. To make it a statement, I add the tense marker and the personal marker. Yen is the personal marker of the first person singular. So this becomes non Shaigiren. Non is the subject. Shai is the verb. Kiru is the tense. And this Yen gives you the details of the person. It's a person subject. Now, this is a complete sentence and a statement. I don't give you the subject. You have only Shaigiren. As this has three components, you can very easily derive the tense and also the person. Details of the person. From Yen, you can deduct that it is first person singular, that is noun. So, a finite verb in Tamil will have three components, that is the verbal root denoting the action, the tense marker giving you details about the tense, that is to show present, past or future, and the personal marker at the end to give you the details about the subject. Even in the absence of a subject, from the finite verb, you can find out everything about the subject. That is to say, the person, the number, and the gender. So, non-Shaigiren means I do. I do the present tense. I, first person singular, it is denoted by A. So, I replace this word, this verb with another verb. Non Eludugiren. I have replaced this Shai. Eludu verb, Kiru present tense marker, Yen personal marker of the first person singular non. Eludu Kiru Yen. Eludugiren. Eludugiren. Mark my pronunciation. Eludugiren. This is two. As it is preceded by two other letters, this becomes the. Eludu. This Kiren, because of the preceding letters, this Ka becomes Ga. So, the whole thing is pronounced as Eludugiren. Again, from Eludugiren, you can find out the subject. This Yen will give you the clue of the subject. That is, Yen stands for noun, that is first person singular. One more verb. Odu. Odu or the pronunciation. Ta is preceded by another letter, so naturally this becomes da. Odu, kiru and yen. ஓடுகிறேன் ஓடுகிறேன் I run. I run. நான் ஓடுகிறேன். Even without நான், this verb, this finite verb will give you the details of the subject. So, from this we can learn that a finite verb in Tamil will have three components or three parts. Number one, the root of the verb or the verbal root which denotes the action. The first suffix stands for the tense and the second suffix is for the subject. It denotes the person, number and in third person the gender also. This is a pattern, and with this pattern we will have a few more verbs that will give you an idea how to include these two suffixes and make a finite verb. ஆடு or விளையாடு, 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 both stand for play, to play. So, நான், if நான் is the subject, it takes kiru for the present tense and yen for person, first person singular, personal marker. ஆடுகிறு ஏன் ஆடுகிறேன். So also for a bigger word with four letters, விளையாடு, விளையாடு plus as above, விளையாடுகிறு ஏன், விளையாடுகிறேன். So also பாடு, you can write down and practice. பாடு plus kiru plus ஏன், பாடுகிறேன். Hope you could follow easily.